Hey guys, Indie Prepper here, talking more about low-cost prepping options for firearms and first-time ownership. And we're going to talk about low-cost AR-15s. You say there's no such thing as a low-cost AR-15. Well, there's some that are lower cost than others, and some that you can make, like this one here, that are considerably cheaper than your standard store-boughts. So we're going to be talking about two options here. Well, really three, I suppose. First is Plum Crazy Firearms lowers, PCF, as they're calling them now. The lowers are all polymer, carbon fiber, etc. Complete lower is incredibly affordable at about $100 a piece. Price seems to have gone up local gun stores and gun shows to about $110. A complete lower, trigger group, pistol grip, collapsible, adjustable stock here for $110 or so. Unbelievable price. I bought this and made this whole kit here as a low-cost option. You may have probably seen my other video on this firearm. Just talk about low-cost options for somebody getting to AR-15s. $100 for a low-priced but incredibly durable lower is just incredible. I have fired the heck out of this thing, probably got 1,000 rounds through it or so. No problems whatsoever. I've got a few more of these Plum Crazy polymer lowers. No problems whatsoever. You say, well, I want aluminum. No, probably not. These lowers are the same, basically, as the carbon fiber versions from Bushmaster. Made in the same city. I don't know if they're made in the same plant, but I've got that Bushmaster carbon 15 pistol version, and I can't tell one whit's worth the difference between these two other than a bit of styling differences. Never had any problems out of either. You can customize these pretty much like your other AR-15s. Only problems with customization, obviously, is going to be your trigger guard down here is molded in, so it can't be replaced. But really, otherwise, you can do whatever you want to with it. But it's fine. The trigger group is perfectly reasonable, no major problems whatsoever. So, highly recommend you pick one up if you're thinking about getting into AR-15s and don't know if you want to spend the $800-900 to get, quote, a decent one. Well, this is a decent one. This whole rifle is $500. So, Plum Crazy Firearms lowers, great stuff. Highly recommend them for custom builds and all that. Are they going to be the most accurate in the world as far as seating and all of that stuff and matching with an upper compared to some of your higher ends? Well, no, but for general purpose work, 100-200 yards, this rifle is going to do anything you want it to. So, Plum Crazy, lower there, $100. Let's move on to uppers. You can look around, you can find a lot of lower priced, well, not a lot, several brands of lower priced, convenience priced uppers. This one is a DPMS Panther Arms Sportical that I got from Midway USA on sale for $350. Now, this did not come with the red dot or the backup sights, but very lightweight for $350, very accurate, no problems with it at all. Again, being a lightweight barrel, is it going to stand up to lots of heavy fire before losing accuracy? No, but it's going to continue to fire. So, anyway, there you go. Lightweight barrel. Attachment up here for some backup sights. Rail here, which I went for the red dot reflex sight here, and I've got backup sights on this. Good thing about the Sportical, it's a cost-cutting option. Does not have the dust cover or a forward assist on it, but honestly, if you're shooting good ammo, you're not going to need that. I can't think of a single time with any of my ARs that I ever really needed the forward assist. So, for $350, this thing is great. Pair these two together, $450. So, for an extra $50, you can probably, if you look around, add yourself a low-cost reflex sight and probably some backup iron sights for about $500, maybe a little more than that. You say, well, that's not low cost to me. Well, for ARs it is. You may want to save up and buy one for that price. Let me also go ahead and comment on the overall DPMS Sportical version of the rifle, which obviously would be this upper with your standard kind of lower from DPMS. They've got those locally here in South Carolina at the local Walmarts. They've just started stocking them. $587 for the basic stripped down model. That's again an unbelievable, unbeatable price for an AR-15 to get into the world of ARs. I've got a few Panther Arms, DPMS. Never had a problem with any of them except for some of the steel-cased junk Russian ammo, which a lot of people have. Otherwise, it's fired flawlessly. No problems whatsoever. Very accurate. Maybe not as accurate as your $1,000 Bushmaster, but it's accurate enough. Again, you say this isn't low cost. Well, you got to look at cost of ammo. 223 or 5.56, this will fire both, and the lower will also take any type of other upper you've got there. But anyway, 5.56 223 is the cheapest centerfire rifle round you're going to find. Very effective, used by the military, etc. And it's got multiple roles. You can use it for low-cost plinking and all of that if you want to, just to get people used to firearms. And it's good for varmints, and it's apparently good for two-legged varmints, because the entire U.S. military is using something like this for the most part for their general carry weapon. So it does the job. You say it's not as good as an AK round. Well, we'll get into that. Whatever. Any rifle's better than none. I'd rather have this than a pistol. So for $500 or so, depending on how you trick this thing out, unbelievable value overall. Again, if you don't want to spend a fortune, or if you don't know if you're going to like the AR platform, and you will, but if you just want to get into it for light duty, spend $500. Do this combo, or spend $587 or something for the DPMS Sportical proper. I'd probably go for the polymer lower. Takes a little bit of weight off. This is probably one of the lightest weight AR-15s you will ever find. Very nice to carry around. Would of course recommend backup iron sights just in case your reflex sight fails. These are cheaper little NC Star ones, and this is an NC Star reflex sight. Worked great, no problems whatsoever. Took me a little bit of time to sight the thing in, but hey, whatever. Cost of doing business. Kept the pistol grip the same, but that can be changed out. That is not an integral part of the carbon fiber, so you can put whatever type of grip you want into after the fact. But this was my low-cost little experiment that I just wanted to see how well you could do. You can do great for $500 for an AR-15. So obviously, other than a .22 rifle, centerfire rifle is going to be the most multi-purpose defensive use weapon you've got, and an AR-15 will certainly get the job done. So for $500, I say that's relatively low cost. Now I know all of our other options we talked about were a lot cheaper than that, but I just had to throw this in there just to talk about it. Now for low cost magazines, let me go ahead and talk about that. These Master Mold or Thermold mags, 20 rounders. They're not 30, but they work. They're durable. Never had a problem with them. I've got a bucket full of these. Get them from CDNN Investments. They go on sale a lot. They offer them with, you know, the bigger mags, the 30 rounders, and these, you know, sometimes one of these free, etc. They'll run you about $4 a magazine. So that's about half the price of your standard USGI mags, which are 30 rounders. You say, well, I prefer 30. Yeah, but if you don't have a whole lot of money, 20 rounds in a firefight or getting somebody off your property or scaring somebody away is more than enough. From what I've read, the Canadian military uses these 20 rounders as one of their standard setups. So they're good stuff. Never had any problems with this one. Had some problems with the bigger 30 rounder, but the 20s, no problems at all. And I just like the fact that every one of these magazines has law and government use only stamped into it. I just like that. That always amuses me greatly. So fits in there real well. Good for bench shooting and all that because it's shorter. So anyway, guys, great rifles by DPMS, the Sportical, and the Plum Crazy lowers. Highly recommend them. Couldn't say enough good things about them. Is it as nice as some of my Bushmasters? No, but it doesn't have to be. As a little addition, this setup here does not have a sling swivel or anything up front, so I did add a single point sling attachment here in the back. It's the only AR I've got with single point sling attachment, just to practice with carrying single point sling. So anyway, I've ranted enough, but this is a great rifle for the $500 price point. You say, well, I can spend $200–300 more and get a better rifle. Yeah, that's like 50% more. So why not get something cheap, play around with it, see if you like it. Again, you can always change out the uppers or change out the lowers, change out the parts. These are highly modular weapons. I once heard them described as Barbie for boys. So you can dress this thing up any way you want to. And again, this price of a gun, you're not going to feel bad, particularly beating it up in the woods and all that, carrying it around, using this thing, showing everything you can do with an AR-15 as opposed to your Safe Queen. So, thought I'd mention that, and you may be concerned, you say, Well, an AK-47 is going to run you about the same thing. Yeah, it will. About the same. About $500. 4 to 5. Maybe a little more. But to play around with the AR platform, this is definitely the way to go. I may talk about AKs in a minute, but maybe not. MD Prepper, out.